After 60 years on this earth, you have earned something most people never claim. Not a title, not a reward, not recognition for everything you have survived. Something quieter, something more powerful, something the ancient masters called the greatest gift of a life fully lived. Permission. Permission to finally, completely, without guilt, without explanation, without apology, stop tolerating the things that were always too small for your soul. For 60 years, you tolerated, you accommodated, you made yourself smaller so others could feel larger. You swallowed your truth so others could speak theirs. You carried burdens that were never yours to carry. And somewhere along the way, you began to believe that this was simply what a good person did. Today, I want to tell you something the ancient monks knew, that nobody told you when you were young enough to use it. The most loving thing you can do for yourself and everyone around you is to stop tolerating what diminishes you. These are the 10 things you must stop tolerating after 60, starting today. If these words already feel like something you have needed to hear for a long time, subscribe to the monk philosophy. Every week, ancient wisdom speaks the truths most people are afraid to say. Now, let's begin. In the ancient monasteries, there was a teaching given only to the eldest monks, not to the young ones, not to the ambitious ones, only to those who had lived enough, suffered enough, grown enough to truly understand it. The teaching was called the second liberation. The first liberation, the masters said, is when a person stops living for approval, when they begin to act from their own truth rather than others' expectations. But the second liberation, the deeper one, comes later, after decades of life, after the accumulation of enough experience to finally know, without doubt, what matters and what never did. After 60, you are ready for the second liberation. Here are the 10 tolerances you must release to claim it. Number 1, stop tolerating disrespect from anyone, at any age, in any relationship, under any circumstance. After 60 years of building, of giving, of contributing, of showing up, you have earned the right to be spoken to with dignity, not just tolerance, not just patience, genuine, consistent dignity. The ancient masters taught, how a person treats you is a reflection of how much they value what you represent, not what you have done wrong, not what you deserve, but what they understand about the value of human beings. If someone in your life, regardless of who they are, speaks to you in ways that leave you feeling small, dismissed, invisible, unworthy, you are not obligated to continue receiving it. Not at 20, certainly not at 60. The monk's message, dignity is not a reward for good behavior. It is a birthright. Claim it and stop accepting anything less. Number 2, stop tolerating people who take everything you give and acknowledge nothing. You know these people. They arrive when they need something. They receive what you offer, your time, your energy, your wisdom, your resources, and they leave without looking back. No gratitude, no acknowledgement, no recognition that what was given cost something. After 60, you understand something about energy that younger people have not yet learned. Every act of giving costs something. Time you will not get back. Energy that does not replenish as easily as it once did. Attention that could have gone elsewhere. The ancient masters taught, give generously to those who receive generously. Not because generosity should be transactional, but because a vessel that is never refilled eventually runs dry. You are allowed to choose where your water flows. Choose people who do not take it for granted. Number 3, stop tolerating the guilt that comes after saying no. For decades, no was the hardest word in your vocabulary, followed always by the weight of wondering, did I disappoint them? Was I selfish? Should I have said yes? And so you said yes when your body said no, when your heart said no, when every wise part of you knew clearly, this is not mine to carry. After 60, no is not rejection. No is a boundary. No is a complete sentence. No is the most honest thing you can say to someone when yes would be a lie. The ancient masters taught, a yes given from obligation serves no one fully. It breeds resentment in the giver and creates false expectation in the receiver. But a no given with clarity and without cruelty creates space for truth on both sides. After 60, your no deserves no explanation. No justification. No lengthy apology. It simply deserves to be heard and respected. Number 4, stop tolerating relationships where you're always the one who calls first, always the one who checks in, always the one who makes the effort, always the one who shows up, while they show up only when it is convenient for them, only when they need something, only when there is nothing better competing for their attention. After 60, you have lived long enough to know the difference between a relationship and a transaction. A relationship is two people choosing each other, consistently, mutually, freely. A transaction is one person giving and another person receiving, until the giving stops and the receiver disappears. The ancient master said, the clearest test of any relationship is what happens when you stop initiating. Stop calling, stop checking in, stop making the effort, and watch who notices, watch who reaches, watch who shows up without being summoned. Those people, however few they are your real relationships. Give them everything, and gently release the rest. Number 5, stop tolerating the version of yourself that lives permanently in what happened before. The mistakes made, the chances missed, the words spoken in anger that cannot be unsaid, the years spent on the wrong path, the relationships that ended badly, the life you thought you would have by this age that looks nothing like the one you are actually living. After 60, the past is not a home. It is a record of everything that brought you to this moment, including the painful parts, especially the painful parts. But a record is meant to be read, not lived in. The ancient masters taught, the person who faces backward cannot see where they are going. They stumble over the present because they are too busy mourning the past and notice what is directly in front of them. After 60, your story is not finished, not even close. But the chapters that are done. Close them gently, with gratitude for what they taught, and turn the page. Number 6, and this one I know will be the hardest. Stop tolerating family members who consistently make you feel worse about yourself after every interaction. Blood is not a permission slip for cruelty. Shared history is not a contract that obligates you to absorb someone's dysfunction indefinitely. Family love does not require you to accept behavior that would be unacceptable from a stranger. After 60, you have learned something through painful experience that younger people still resist. Some people, regardless of how much you love them, regardless of how long you have tried, are not capable of giving you what you need from them. This is not a failure of love. This is a recognition of reality. The ancient masters taught the bonsai tree must be pruned, not destroyed. Pruned, the branches that take energy without producing life, must be gently removed so the whole tree can breathe. You can love someone completely and still choose how much access they have to your peace. Number 7, stop tolerating the habit of putting your body last. For decades, your health was the thing you got to, eventually, after the children, after the work, after everyone else's needs were attended to. After 60, your body is no longer willing to be last. It has been patient, remarkably patient. It has carried you through everything you demanded of it, without complaint, without stopping, without asking for much in return. Now it is asking the sleep it needs, the movement it craves, the food that nourishes rather than simply fills, the rest that actually restores, the quiet that allows the nervous system to settle. The ancient masters taught, the body is a temple in which the soul lives. You cannot pursue wisdom, peace, purpose, love from a neglected temple. After 60, caring for your body is not vanity. It is wisdom. It is gratitude. It is the most practical form of self-respect. Number 8, stop tolerating the weight of other people's opinions about how you should be living. After 60 years, you have made your choices. Some brilliant, some regrettable. All of them yours, all of them part of the specific and unrepeatable life that is yours alone. And yet there are still voices, from family, from old friends, sometimes from strangers, telling you what you should have done, what you should do now, how you should spend your time, who you should be at this age. After 60, those voices deserve exactly one thing, your gentle indifference, not anger, not argument, not the lengthy defense of decisions that need no defending. Simply, the quiet certainty of a person who has lived long enough to know that the only opinion of your life that was ever worth considering was yours. Number 9, stop tolerating the habit of postponing joy. I will be happy when the children are settled, when the mortgage is paid, when things slow down, when I have more time, when I have more money, when everything is finally in order. After 60, you understand something about when that younger people resist, when almost never comes, not because life is cruel, but because the conditions we attach to our happiness are always replaced by new conditions the moment the old ones are met. The ancient masters taught, joy is not a destination. It is a practice, available now, in this moment, in the cup of tea you actually taste, in the conversation you are actually present for, in the sunset you actually stop to watch. After 60, the small joys are not small. They are everything. They were always everything. Stop postponing them. Start collecting them. Today, number 10, the most important of all, stop tolerating the version of yourself that has forgotten who they actually are. Somewhere in the decades of roles and responsibilities, of being someone's parent, someone's spouse, someone's employee, someone's caretaker, the person underneath all those roles, the original you, the one who existed before the world started asking things of you, got quiet, not gone, never gone, just quiet, waiting patiently, as they always have, for you to finally have enough stillness to hear them again. After 60, the roles are lightening, the responsibilities are shifting. The noise that filled every available space is finally beginning to settle. And in that settling, there is a voice, familiar, old, true. The ancient masters called it the original face, the self that existed before the world shaped it into something useful. After 60, it is time to listen to that voice again, to remember what you loved before love became a duty, to remember what you wanted before want became impractical, to remember who you were so you can choose consciously, finally, who you will be in the years that remain. 10 tolerances, 10 weights, 10 things that have been taken from you, quietly for longer than you know. You are not required to carry them for one more day. After 60, you have earned your peace. Not someday, not eventually. Now, stop tolerating disrespect. Stop tolerating ingratitude. Stop tolerating guilt for saying no. Stop tolerating one-sided relationships. Stop tolerating the past. Stop tolerating toxic family. Stop tolerating neglecting your body. Stop tolerating others' opinions. Stop tolerating postponed joy. And stop tolerating forgetting of who you are. The second liberation the ancient master spoke of is not given to you, it is claimed. And today, the monk gives you permission to claim it. Share this with someone over 60 who needs to hear it. They have been waiting for this permission longer than either of you knows. Subscribe to the monk philosophy.